reaction. He was very quiet, didn't say anything, and just remained emotionless, really.
I get a phone call from the team. I thought they were trying to wind me up. But it was the man, and we actually had found Sally.
After a 6-month campaign of terror, the hunt for the Tesco bomber was finally over.
We interviewed Mr. Dyer for a number of days and gave him the opportunity to give his account.
What I can't understand at the moment is you can't remember sitting at the computer drafting this letter.
I don't understand it either, but that is the case.
He made no direct admissions when questions were put to him about his commission of the offence.
You might not understand why you did it, but I think you remember doing it.
No. I don't understand either.
But while Dyer refused to admit his guilt, the police discovered more damning evidence against him.
I was involved in the search of Dyer's home address. In the kitchen of the premises, I took apart the gas boiler and stuffed in the works of the boiler. I found a folded up piece of paper, which in fact turned out to be the coded notes. It was in his own handwriting, and the code was unique to this case.
On the same day that Dyer's cipher code was discovered, the last of the Tesco bomber's letters was intercepted by the police. Surveillance footage showed Dyer posting it 24 hours before his arrest. The letter exactly matched the document found on his home computer.
He carried out everything that he did from home. He had a shed which he'd set up to allow him to make the devices. He was an individual working on his own, in desperate need of money and believing that Tesco's were the answer to all his problems.
As Dyer's interrogation continued, it emerged that he had read up on the extortion cases the police had previously identified.
Dyer, on one occasion, had sat in a doctor's surgery. There was a copy of the Reader's Digest, and contained within was the story of the Mardi Gras bomber, and that was his inspiration to carry out his offence.
Police also discovered why he had used a female alias.
We found out that the connection to Sally was that once he had a dog called Sally.
On the 4th of May 2001, Robert Edward Dyer appeared at Dorchester Crown Court. He pleaded guilty to 9 counts of blackmail and 1 of common assault for sending the letter bomb. He was jailed for 16 years, later reduced to 12 on appeal. Bournemouth could breathe easily again.
We ran, I think, 7 pages in the newspaper. We could then tell the story of how the Echo had helped Dorset Police to actually nail him.
His motivation was purely a financial one. He's an incredibly dangerous man.
He had no real connection with Tesco. I think he saw Tesco as the gravy train. He was lucky that no one died or was seriously injured.
He made a number of simple mistakes, and whereas people might think in the future they could copy this offence, this is a very difficult type of offence to carry out, and if you try it, you will be caught.
To this day, no extortion attempt against a British supermarket has ever succeeded.
Laura loses her job next, and Rich hears the voice of his deceased brother. Our fantasy adventure drama, Surface, is coming up.